Wysteria, energy, twister.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Legends of Britany. We're now on the combat of Saint Cast. This ballad somewhat belies its name, for it has some relation to an extraordinary incident which was the means rather preventing than precipitating in battle. In 1758, a British army landed upon the shores of Britanny with the object of securing, for British merchant ships' safety, in the navigation of the Channel and of creating a diversion in favour of the German forces. Then, of course, we were friends with them. They were what we call our allies. That was back then, though. A company of men from Lower Brittany, from the towns of Trégueux and Saint-Paul-de-Léon, says Villemarqueux, were marching against a detachment of Scottish Highlanders. When at a distance of about a mile, the Bretons could bear their enemies singing a national song. At once they halted stupefied, for the air was one well known to them, which they were accustomed to hear almost every day of their lives. Electrified by the music, which spoke to their hearts, they arose in their enthusiasms, and themselves sang the patriotic refrain. It was the Highlanders' turn to be silent. All this time the two companies were nearing one another, and when at a suitable distance their respective officers commanded them to fire. But the orders were given, says the tradition, in the same language, and the soldiers on both sides stood stock still. Their inaction, however, lasted but a moment, for emotion carried away all discipline. The arms fell from their hands, and the descendants of the ancient Celts renewed on the field of battle those ties of brotherhood which had once united their fathers. However unlikely this incident may seem, it appears to be confirmed by tradition, if not by history. The air which the rival Celts sang is, says Villemarqueux, common to both Brittany and the Highlands of Scotland. With the music before me, it seems to bear a marked resemblance to the Garberville Gaul, composed by General Reid, 1721 to 1807. Perhaps Reid, who was a Highlander, based his stirring march on the older Celtic theme common to both lands. So what this tells us is that because of the same song that each sung when they came together to battle, and when they shouted to fire at one another, they spoke the same language. And because of this, they did not fight together. They dropped their weapons and united in brotherhood. Now, it's just a story. It's a folk tale. The ballad of it is a song, but whether it is true or not, we don't know. The song, though, is definitely true, apparently, because Reid could have possibly, I suppose, taken the theme based from the older Celtic theme and put them together, and that hence made the Highlander song. So, whichever way you look at it, I mean, there is some truth in it, I guess, but whether it's fully true or all of it is completely true, we don't know that. It's just a folk tale, guys, but interesting though if that did happen. Thank you for listening to this part of the Legends of Britany, and many blessings.
Wysteria, energy, twister.